Hey crafters, make a cute treat box for your Valentine. Hello, I am Katie from the craftyblogStalker.com, and if you're new to my channel and want more free craft tutorials, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Here are the supplies I'm using today, as well as an SVG that I designed specifically for this project. You can find the shoppable links for all of the items used in the description of this video and in the blog post. I will start in Cricut Design Space, and if my design space looks a little bit different than yours, that means you are probably on a PC. I am on my iPad, and all of the icons are along the bottom. If you're on a PC, they're along the top and the side. All the functions are the same. The icons are just in different places. I've already uploaded the SVG into Cricut Design Space. To access it, I'm going to select Upload, Open Uploaded Images, highlight it, and add to Canvas. Before I cut this, I need to make a few changes. When designing files, there is no way to assign a certain function to different lines, so they all come in as cut lines. Some of these lines are score lines, so we need to change that before we cut it out. I'll highlight the entire design, open up my Layers panel, and I want to ungroup. I included this piece right here kind of as a decorative piece to put on the front of your box if you wanted to. I am not going to use this piece, so I am going to go ahead and delete it. On this main fry box piece, there are two different layers. These are the lines we need to change to score. I've got them highlighted. I'll go to Edit, Operation, and I'm going to change that to a score and apply. Now those lines are dashed, meaning that they are scored. I need to attach these lines to that back. So I'm going to highlight both of those pieces. You can see in my Layers panel, they're both highlighted, and I will attach. Now those score lines will be cut exactly where I need them to be. Here I have a B mine. You can't really see it when it's not highlighted. A B mine, and it's showing in my Layers panel as a cut. And this we want to change to a draw. So same thing, highlight it, go to Edit, Operation, Change to a pen. I'm using the fine point, apply. Again, I need to attach that to the piece behind it. So I'll highlight both pieces and attach. The assembled size of this fry box is about 4.5 by 3.75. You can resize as needed. Just make sure that you highlight the entire design and resize as a group, so all of those decorative pieces still fit perfectly on our fry box. I don't want to resize, so I'll undo. The last thing I want to do before I cut is totally optional, but this is a great way to keep track of your layers. The colors I am using are not purple, red, and pink, so I'm going to change them to the colors that I am using so I can recognize that mat and know what tools I need to add. This purple piece, I'm going to change it to red. I'm only highlighting that background piece, not the score lines, and go to Basic Cut and change the color. This is going to be red, so I'll apply. This heart will be a gray with stripes, and that piece with the heart cutouts will be a gold. Now all of my pieces show the correct color. I'll select Make It. I have my mat preview so I can see my different mats. I'll select Next. For my material, I'll select medium cardstock. Remember material settings because I'm using paper for all of my layers. Whenever cutting paper, I like to use more just to make sure I get a nice crisp cut. Down here, it shows me what tools to load. So you'll see when I go to my red mat, it says to load the scoring wheel. I'm cutting with my maker, so I have the scoring wheel option. If you are cutting with an Explorer or a Joy, then you can use the scoring stylus. To load my scoring stylus, I open up Clamp B, remove my fine point blade, insert that in, and then just shut that clamp. And I can load my mat. And when this light begins to blink, I can hit the start and it will begin the cut. I am done scoring, and back in Cricut Design Space, it tells me to load my fine point blade back into Clamp B. Resume the cut. Here are all of my cut pieces, and the first thing I want to do before I fold on those score lines is to assemble all of my little accent pieces. I'm going to move these to the side. This side with this little curve right here, this is actually the front. I'm going to turn it the other way so the front is on the top. Then assemble all of my little pieces where I want them before I glue them down. This is just to make sure that I have the right placement. I really like this placement, so I'll grab my glue. I'm using some precision glue. I love the tip on this precision glue. Move my pieces out of the way. Start with this little flag. Add some glue to the back and just press it into place. I'll repeat that with all of my pieces, just adding glue to the back so I can place them exactly where I want them. Now that all of my cute little paper pieces are glued in place, I can begin folding on these score lines. I'll use a bone folder to help get a nice crisp fold. Just going all the way around the box. For these bottom scores, they are arched, so I can't use a bone folder. I'm just going to use my fingers. And get them folded as much as I can. To glue, I'm going to take my side flaps, and the front flap is going to overlap the back flap. Add some glue right to that edge. Line up the bottom of the flaps. And then I can turn it over and apply some pressure. That is what our side flap looks like. I'm going to repeat for this other side, putting the glue on the longer strip from the back, there on the edge, and overlap with the flap from the front. And then turning it over and applying some pressure. There is our cute little box that turned out so stinking cute. I love those little paper pieces glued to the front. My Valentine loves these lint truffles, so I'm going to put some of those in my little cellophane treat bag. But you really could put any type of treat or candy or even jerky, nuts, anything you want. To close the bag, I'll just give it a good couple twists. Wrap that red and white twine around it a few times. That'll help hold it while I'm tying my bow. Then just tie a simple bow. That looks good. Cut off those excess strands and put it into my treat box. Look at how cute that turned out. I am so excited to give this to my Valentine. Thank you for joining me today. Make sure to stop by thecraftyblogstalker.com so you can make your own cute fry box Valentine treat. Bye everyone. Happy crafting!